Happy Monday, everybody. My name is Brandon Rosa, and welcome to episode 334 of the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. Every Monday, this podcast covers new game releases, the previous week's gaming news, and we all learn an Xbox-related fun fact together. The show is on YouTube and podcast services around the world, so please subscribe to your favorite and leave a review. To start, let's talk game releases. There were no big games out last week, but the games coming out this week include Isla: A Frosty Glide, Dream Out, Fit and Fry, Mise en Place, Junkyard Builder, Jurassic World Evolution 3, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2, Ninja Gaiden 4, Omnidom, Murder Inc., Tormented Souls 2, Redux Console Edition, Angry Video Game Nerd 8-Bit, Becastled, Bloodshed, Bounty Star, Dreamed Away, Double Dragon Revive, Grunusera Trilogy, Just a Little Pure Suit, Plants vs. Zombies Replanted, Power Wash Simulator 2, Sports Renovations, Ryu's 2, Sushi for Robots, the Jackbox Party Pack 11, Ultimate Zombie Defense, The Lonesome Guild, Acre Crisis, Coralina, Chicken Run Extraction, Crisscross, Dora Rainforest Rescue, Hot Wheels Let's Race Ultimate Speed, Grand Poker Casino, Juiced Fruit Racing, Junkyard Simulator, Monster Survivors, Once Upon a Jeter, Once Upon a Katamari, Puff Up, Solace, Super Fantasy Kingdom, The House of the Dead 2 Remake, Trains Simulator World Tour, and Windborne Echoes of the Night. Enough games for you to play? Now into last week's biggest news stories, and we have 5 to cover this week. Number 1, Battlefield 6 sold record-shattering 7 million copies in 3 days, giving EA shooter franchise its best ever launch. Tom Phillips at IGN writes, "It's official, the release of Battlefield 6 has been a huge success, with an enormous 7 million copies sold over the game's first 3 days. Simply put, it's the franchise's best launch ever." A triumphant press release today from EA describes Battlefield 6's arrival as record-shattering, explosive, and in the words of Battlefield boss Vince Zampella, quote, "momentous," end quote. Quote, "We never take moments like this for granted, so I want to express our sincere gratitude to our global Battlefield studios and passionate community that has helped us get to this point," end quote, Zampella said. Quote, "We appreciate you joining us for Battlefield 6's momentous launch. We have so much more to come in the weeks ahead," end quote. Some more stats for Battlefield 6's opening weekend. Fans played more than 172 million matches and clocked up more than 15 million hours watching gameplay streams. On Steam, Battlefield 6 saw a huge launch with a whopping 747,440 peak concurrent players. Sony and Microsoft do not make player numbers public. Next up for Battlefield 6 will be the launch of its Season 1 on October 28th, which adds Rogue Ops, new maps, Blackwell Fields, and a 4v4 mode. And before I touch on this, let's just go on to number 2, another Battlefield 6 story. Number 2, Battlefield 6 XP and progression are getting some big changes. Tom West at True Achievements writes, "While multiplayer in EA's newest shooter is fantastic and in nothing short of a pleasure to sink our time into, progression is a slog right now. That will soon change, however, as a slew of Battlefield 6 XP and progression improvements will roll out in the next week or so, alongside changes that will affect XP farming in Portal." In response to player feedback, Battlefield Studios has outlined plans to improve XP gain and progression in Battlefield 6. The changes are planned to arrive within the next week too, so just in time for the start of Season 1 on October 28th, 2025. Alongside the improvements, the team also plans to make some changes to Portal in an attempt to limit the number of XP farms clogging up the servers. With Battlefield 6 having only launched last week and Battlefield Studios already making adjustments based on player feedback, this entry is starting to look like a lot like a shoo-in for our list of best Xbox multiplayer games. As revealed in a post on X, the game's next update will increase match completion XP by 10%, while the daily bonus for playing the game will increase by a whopping 40%. The XP needed for the first 20 attachment ranks on weapons will also be reduced by almost half, while the assignment challenges that require to reach each career ranks 20, 23, and 26 will be drastically lower to ranks 10, 15, and 20. That means you'll be able to get cracking with class-specific unlocks and work on earning some of the best weapons far sooner once the patch rolls out. With that said, Battlefield Studios does say, quote, "While this allows these assignments to be started sooner, we are aware of the frustrations regarding the challenges themselves and are actively working on reviewing them, but it will take more time to develop, test, and implement these changes," end quote. So Battlefield 6 is huge, and this is no surprise given how well received the betas were ahead of the launch. And what great timing for EA with this, as it doesn't seem like there's that much excitement for Black Ops 7, which releases in just under a month. They're going toe-to-toe again for the first time in a long time with a competitor in Battlefield. Personally, I do think Battlefield 6 is awesome, and I was just talking with my friend that I love the game, but my one problem has been the progression, because I just have not felt like I've really earned anything, and I've played over 6 hours of multiplayer already. So glad to hear all the positive changes they're making, and I can't wait for them to release their Battle Royale mode, because I'd love to sink my teeth into another BR. Number 3, Microsoft's ROG Asus Xbox Ally handhelds are officially out today. Sean Lawson at True Achievements writes, "The wait is over for those of you who are lucky enough to get a pre-order in, as the Xbox Ally has been released at long last. Microsoft's historic first entry into the handheld market has officially arrived. Now you'll be able to play a variety of your Xbox games anywhere in the world." We've known of the Xbox Ally release date since the back end of August 2025. That honestly feels like yesterday, so for the handheld to finally be here feels a little surreal. But it's fantastic knowing that we can play a bunch of Xbox Game Pass games wherever we want in the world. Microsoft has also unveiled a small list of Xbox Ally accessories that we can use to make our time with the system even better, which includes storage expansions and a carry case, though I suspect there will be a lot more accessories to come now that the handheld is out. It's certainly a costly piece of kit. Hopefully the steep asking price will be worth it in the end. The standard Xbox Ally will set you back $599.99, while the Xbox Ally X costs $999.99. To help out all of you who got yourselves one of these systems, Microsoft has started tagging which games are optimized for the Xbox Ally. This will help you see which games you can play without issue, and might take a little bit of legwork to get up and running. At present, you can only see which games are optimized through the Xbox PC app. While it seems to be a very divisive launch for the handheld, with some people really enjoying it and some just not being able to justify the high cost for what seems like a beta operating system for how everything runs, for me, it's just out of my pricing range right now, and I really wanted that first-party handheld, but at this point, are we actually going to get that? However, it was still a big week for a new piece of Xbox-branded hardware releasing. Number 4, Xbox Indie Showcase announced for October 2025. Ben Carey at Pure Xbox writes, "We have a new Xbox Showcase coming this month. Yep, in partnership with IGN, ID at Xbox will be showcasing some of the platform's hottest indies on October 28th, and we're expecting some fresh Xbox Game Pass announcements here as well. IGN hasn't confirmed any Game Pass announcements just yet, but the team does say that the show will consist of about 50 minutes of brand new content, including exclusive trailers, new looks, and gameplay. Quote, the event will be packed with exclusive trailers, new looks, and gameplay for games from indie publishers including Serenity Forge, Thunder Lotus, Raw Fury, Skybound, and many more. The show will consist of about 50 minutes of brand new content across various genres, end quote. The showcase will be broadcasted on the IGN social channels on October 28th at 1 p.m. Eastern. Always love me a good Xbox showcase to see what games are coming to the platforms next, especially the games that are coming to Game Pass, as I can try those as part of my membership. And number 5, Marvel Rivals' first ever PvE mode is based on the Marvel Zombies Disney Plus show. Vicky Blake at IGN writes, Marvel Rivals' first ever PvE mode drops on October 23rd, 2025. And it's based on the Marvel Zombies Disney Plus TV show. Quote, the city's burning, the infected are rising, and it's up to you to hold the line, end quote, the team teased. Quote, get a sneak peek now, stay tuned for the official trailer coming soon, end quote. In the Marvel Zombies inspired mode, you'll get to play as Thor, Blade, Magic, Jeff, and the Punisher, taking on endless waves of zombies. You'll have to survive the horde to go toe-to-toe with bosses Zombie Namor and the Queen of the Dead. Quote, we've also given each hero some unique abilities, end quote, Ku explained. Quote, charge through the hordes as Jeff, slice and dice with Blade's bouncing moon blades, shock zombies with Thor in his persistent awakened state, or go berserk as Magic in her unlimited Darkchild form. Showcase your epic combat skills against the zombie swarms and tough bosses, end quote. This mode rolls out just in time for the spooky season on October 23rd on PC via Steam and Epic Game Store, PlayStation 5, and Series X and S. Marvel Rivals. Played so much of that game upon launch, and I just haven't gone back to it just because time and life is hard sometimes. But I did love my time playing this game, and this mode does look awesome and makes me want to jump into it. Maybe I can get my buddies to do so. As always, we end our show with a fun fact about Xbox, and we were just talking about spooky season with Halloween upcoming, the Marvel Rivals zombie mode. So I saw an interesting list for IGN for the best 10 survival horror games, and I wanted to review the list, and it is as follows. Number 10, Clock Tower, released on the Super Famicom in 1995. Silent Hill, released on PS1 in 1999. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, released originally on the Xbox One in 2017. Outlast, released on the Xbox One in 2013. Alan Wake 2 released on the Xbox Series on October of 2023. Amnesia: The Dark Descent released on Xbox One in September of 2010. The original Resident Evil released on PS1 in 1996. Alien Isolation released on Xbox 360 in 2014. Silent Hill 2 released on Xbox in 2001. And their number one game, Resident Evil 2, the remake specifically, released on Xbox One in 2019. Resident Evil 2 is a top 3 favorite game of all time for me. The original, the remake, it's all so good. It is pinnacle survival horror. Thank you all for listening to the Xbox in 10 podcast, your weekly source of Xbox gaming news covered in around 10 minutes. If you like the show, please subscribe on your favorite podcast service, share it with your friends, leave a review, and follow all social media at Xbox in 10. This past week, didn't have too much time to game, but I got a couple of matches of Battlefield 6 in, and I'm still really enjoying it. My name is Brandon Rose. You can follow me on Xbox or Proza93. Hope you all have a great week, stay safe, and keep on gaming.